Welcome to the show that hopefully never ends here, and welcome to Nickalini Orange, and of course we've got Juliano Plum, as in the fruit, of course, about to return for another yet again edition and the return of NAR, otherwise known as Nice and Relaxing. And of course, yes, he's playing away beautifully in the background. We hopefully will say hello to some people along the way, and I'll be doing the commentary behind the scenes as well as usual. And of course, do hit the thumbs up, do comment, and of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button free of charge. Here it is, 10th of February 2023. It is a Friday evening, and hopefully we'll see some mods in the chat as well. And you can see I've got my radio mic. I'm actually using Juliano's one, so that's how extraordinary that is. Just swapped it over for the time being to see what the sound is like. But Julian is playing, as in Juliano is playing for beautifully in the background here. So yeah, we've already heard about the detonation of the bomb in the Great Yarmouth area, which has now exploded, like this show here in Haverhill, UK, in Suffolk. So yes, the first song or the hymn that is going to be played in just a moment is actually Blessed Assurance, which is actually with an insurance with an I with it on the description. So of course a couple of errors on there that we need to alter, and of course, yes, Blessed Assurance, Jesus is mine, is the first hymn that Juliano is going to perform. So Juliano, let me introduce you to the Relaxing show as he'll explain more. So introduce yourself first of all.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Nice and relaxing organ music here on this U50 Technics organ. And as you see, we have a North Triforum organ here. So,
are you talking posh, Julian?
I am talking posh,
yeah. Yeah, talk your normal voice. You actually sound better with your normal voice than posh voice.
I'm trying to
unless you're putting an act on, of course.
I'm putting an act on here. Right, okay. It's nice and relaxing virtual church music here. Now we're coming into Epiphany 5, as you gathered. There'll be 4 hymns per a part. Now, in between the last of the first part, well, actually the end of it rather, is a little a dance voluntary. I would explain that when we come to it. And then we have another 4 Epiphany kind of hymns towards the second part, and after that it'll be the organ voluntary again. There'll be a voluntary at the end. I would explain to that after the part 2. So we're going to start with part 1, as my Nickalini said, or Nickalini Orange, what it said. Here in starts, Jesus is mine. It's music is mine. First female composer here, Theory, 1839 to 1908. The tune's called Blessed Assurance, the Foretaste of the Royal, the Foretaste of the Royal. It goes into the chorus. This is my story. This is my song. Praising Saviour all day long. This is my song. Praising my Saviour all day long. We have 3 verses, and then we come to the next hymn, which is I'll explain in just a second after this one. Blessed Assurance, Jesus is mine. Blessed Insurance, Jesus is Mine. Phoebe Netz is the composer of that one. Now the next hymn here is Bright the Vision, which is page 70. Hope you enjoyed that one. I'm sure you enjoyed this one. This is about 6 verses of it. Hopefully I'll be playing all those, but they're only small verses anyway, so it should be okay. So the next one is Bright the Vision That Delighted. Interesting. Tune is Latus Deo, the Redhead number 46. Bright the Vision that has delighted, once the sighted of Judas seer, sweet the countless tongues united, to the entrance to the prophet's ear. That's the first verse. Near enough the first verse is, well, not just the first verse, the third verse is the same as the last verse here. Richard Redhead is the composer here. So, 1820 to 1901. Bright the Vision is delighted.
Brilliant stuff.
There
Brilliant
you have
stuff.
it. Any comments? Sorry.
Oh,
Has anyone
there you
tuned
go.
in?
You know, I nearly forgot your face for a second there.
Anyone tuning in tonight? Do stand by with us.
Exactly. So yeah, it is the NAR nice and relaxing show. Very good evening to everybody. If you want to comment in the chat, feel free to do so at any one time. We are here for everybody here, and let's hope you can enjoy a beautiful show. And it's been a long time coming, actually, for the pretty much first time you've actually got a little bit better, Julian, with your legs here, and soon you'll be walking up and down the street.
But I've got the only problem now. I've got it's a little bit of a calf injury, but on the back of the leg. That's what it is.
Yeah, but it's on the mends, isn't it?
Now
that's the main thing.
Now this piece here, I have played about 2 or 3 times here. Now I've explained to you. I'm not going to ask you again on this one. So I've explained to you on this one. This one's called "Oh Worship the Lord in the Beauty of Holiness," a melody from the Rimsky, uttered in 1754. Now, the first two verses are near enough the same in different ways. You'll notice that when I play them. There's normally an A major chord at the start of the first verse and the second verse. That is the change there. And in the second paragraph, towards the end, is a C sharp chord. The same on the last verse as well. And all the other verses are different. You take those notes away in this verses 2, 3, and 4. Now, I'll explain. Oh, worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness. Bow down before his glory, proclaim with gold and obedience and incense loneliness. Kneel down and behold him, and the Lord is his name. And the fifth verse is the same words. So the melody is from the Rheinland of Otto Arden in 1754. And the tune is called Was la Beata. Aha. Okay, worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness. Hopefully, people will come on with beauty and holiness. That's what we wanted. It's definitely Epiphany hymn, and I've played it about 3 times all together. So it's a lovely hymn. It ends up in D major. Okay. I'm miles away here. And hymn number 3 is Oh Worship the Lord. We already had to kick off with Blessed Assurance of Mine, which is actually spelled with A as in capital A. Hymn number 2 was Bright the Vision, and hymn number 4 on the way is Immortal Love, and that will be the end of part 1. And part number 2, Voluntary, schrnade by Rimsky. Also coming up, hymn number 5, Immortal Invisible, Lead Us Heavenly Father is number 6. Number 7, Thine Arm, O Lord, and number 8, Brightest The Best. And then finally the Voluntary in D and Fugue by John Alcock, which ends the part number 2. Hello, Nikki Gibbs, hello. Very good evening to you. Joining us here. Very good evening to everyone. As I was talking, people are coming on the channel, which is great. So that's cool, go ahead of a shot there. So that was Oh Worship the Lord in the Beauty of Holiness, I beg your pardon. The mute melody was Rain and Birth and Uttergrain. So the next hymn is 243 in my book. I'll just bear with it. It's Immortal Love Forever 4. Interesting. If you know what love is, it's a different word in so many words. Not all about money. It's about care and other things as well. Immortal love, forever forever flowing, free, forever sharing, that's part of it, ever whole, and never ever running sea. That's the first words. which is probably by Juliano Clark, who did the trumpet voluntary, I presume. The tune is called Bishopthorpe. So there is 6 verses, small verses of it. Immortal Love of Ever 4. It should go like this.
Yes, we are cold as well. Yes, it's one of those sort of time of the year where we have to put our heatings on, especially as inflation is rising. But yeah, we have to just get by as best as we possibly can this day and age. What with what's going on in the world as well. Well, we hope we are relaxing you entirely tonight. You may notice I've got a sort of different microphone. In other words, I've swapped over the microphone, and of course, yeah, and that's the reason you might hear me clearer than I normally am. I don't know if that makes a difference, but of course, Juliano has the microphone as well. So we've got our merchandise up already. One of our first bits, which is the key rings. First come, first serve on that. Anyone's interested? We've got some key rings to, of course, send to people should they need any or just want to collect for touring with us. We've got people interested. Somebody came up to me in the Drabble Smock of Haverhill wanting to know if we've got any merchandise, and we've got our first bit up on eBay already. It's nice and relaxing with Juliano Plum and Nickalini Orange behind the scenes doing some commentary, and I did introduce myself earlier. Great news about the detonation of the bomb in, the World War II bomb that exploded earlier today at 5 o'clock. And of course, that was in Great Yarmouth, which was on the bridge near Galston. So great news that it has exploded without anyone hurt whatsoever, which is fantastic news. So yeah, they just need to get rid of the bomb and expose it very quickly before it does more damage. But yeah, hopefully our show has exploded with a bit of joy, fun, whatever you like to call it.
Okay.
Alex Bay's in the chat. A very good evening. At last you are here. So fantastic welcome to you all. How brilliant that you have all turned up tonight. It is the Nice and Relaxing Show with myself, Nickalini Orange, behind the scenes here doing the commentary. So I just wanted to put a face behind the voice here, and of course, do listen to some of the wonderful sounds coming from the Technics U50 organ, which Juliano, as in plum fruit, is playing tonight. And of course, a little bit of a tribute to, of course, the late friend of ours from Haverhill, which we did on Wednesday on Facebook.
Thursday, rather.
Yeah, I thought it was Wednesday. No, it was Thursday. Yeah, it was yesterday. Beg your pardon. But it was definitely Thursday. We did a Facebook video live, and it might be highlights now, of course, our late friend Chris Abbott, who passed away due to a seizure. But of course, yes, of course, rest in peace, Chris Abbott, and of course, we are doing a double whammy show today to really, really entertain you, and in our memory or memories of the friend of ours from Haverhill, Chris Abbott. But anyway, we should continue with the show and make it a special one on that note. And you are writing notes, Julian. What are you writing, Julian? I don't know. Do let us know. Who is Chris Abbott? He was a guy that used to go to the Weatherspoons of the Drabber Smock that we knew, and we knew him sort of at school, you know, that kind of thing. So there we are. So that's who Chris Abbott was.
Now that was the end of part 1. Back in 2 minutes. Back in the second. Now this piece will get you going a bit. Now this one's cool. It's a little voluntary. This will get you in the dance mood on the organ dance floor. It's just called a schrnade by Rimsky Korsakov. Schrnade Salts. You get it as it goes along. I'm going to play it twice over. So. It's 2 pages long. It's pretty fast, but you get it at the end when it comes to the last chord in G. So it's called Schrnade by Rimsky Korsakov.
So somebody said to me recently, and we told them about touring with us. And somebody said to me that they like relaxing music for a change. I think this guy I met in Cambridge, who of course said to me that he likes something to cheer him up, which is what we try to do, or aim to do. Alex Bailey says he likes Haverhill. There's a huge amount of people, minority of people, that do like Haverhill. But I do hope, because there's a video coming up about some shops that are opening, some are closing, some are going to close, and there's a short video coming up on the channel on that, which I did earlier today. So if you want to check that out, feel free to do so. We'll have a Q&A if you want to stay with the one you're on later on before we finish up for the night. And of course, yes, something that Haverhill does need is some businesses to buy out the shops that are going. And I do hope a rich businessman can actually do that. So we are promoting it right now, you know. We need our small towns to be filled up with shops like it was in the 1950s. So we'll leave you with some nice relaxing music as we try to wind down the stresses of your day. Special hi to all our mods tonight, as and when they are tuning in. Even if one moderator is not in the chat, another one is at all times. Our thumbs up is very much appreciated. Thank you very much for the second thumbs up, whoever done that. Let us know if you actually did do that thumbs up. Say it was me. Who's going to own up to that? We do have our merchandise on sale, got key rings on sale, and we hope to have a bit more soon. So we are just on our sort of opening stages of that, if you like.
Well, that was the schrnade dance there by Rimsky Korsakov. Now, this one is the next hymn is Immortal, Invisible God Only Wise, and it's a traditional Welsh hymn melody in 1839, I beg your pardon. Saint Deno is the tune. Immortal, invisible, God only wise, the light inaccessible, hid from our eyes. For the most blessed glorious, the ancient days, almighty victorious, Great. Name we praise. It's the immortal God, only wise. 4 versions of that.
I was just trying to wave on the camera to make it more exciting
Okay.
here. The face behind the voice makes it a little bit of a different change.
He's being irritating.
Am I being irritating? I'll push you about then. Just get on with your music. All part of the show. Where's your glasses today, by the way?
Down there.
Down there. Put them on.
Right. Put it on for the part 2.
All right. You don't have to put them on now, but.
Well, you just told me to.
Well, I didn't say now. Did I say now?
Yeah.
I don't know, but.
Right. Here we go. No, I wouldn't be like that, would I? That's Dennis Taylor, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, if Bill Taylor is watching, talking about Taylor, massive hello to him. He's watching somewhere else. He's at a different place.
Right, here we go.
I think in Egypt or something.
Yeah.
Somebody give me an
see,
E.
mate? Oh, hello. I've got somebody's glasses on. Oh. I need a windscreen wipers here. Here we go. Immortal Invisible God, only wise. Second part of it. Yeah.
I think he's in Kenya, so of course, massive hello to Bill Taylor, who has watched us in Kenya. If he's watching on replay, massive hello to him. Thank you very much for all the subscribers, and it is building up very, very fast as well. Nice peaceful music coming from Nicky Gibbs, watching in Hatfield tonight, as per usual, in Hertfordshire. So hello Hertfordshire. Remember when I went to Hartsea Hall in Hatfield at the Galleria? Does that sound a familiar area of Hatfield, the Galleria? Actually found it a little bit tricky to get to the spoons actually, because you literally can't cross the road there. It's a long road near the Galleria. Next time I'll have to cross over to the roundabout by the traffic lights, because I was new to the area basically. So for those people just joining here, I was just saying about Hartsea spoons of Hatfield. Remember, anything that you do miss will be used in evidence on the replay. Thanks, Nicky, for that. Really, really nice comment about nice and peaceful music, Julian. That's what Nicky said.
A bit lively at the end.
I think you should thank him for that, Julian.
Okay, no problem at all.
Yeah,
right.
You should thank her properly, Julian.
Well, you have to meet us to thank us.
No, just say it on air as well.
Okay, thank you for that. Sorry, that was a bit
you must remember
there.
to do that. That's why I'm trying to teach you all this stuff, Julian.
Right, okay, 293. Hang on, have I got the right number here? No, I've got. I'm 300 miles behind here.
Hello to anyone watching from the We Love Great Yarmouth page. Now, of course, I want to say hello to Jason Lawrence, who is the owner of that. Well, actually, he is the founder of the We Love Great Yarmouth. So, yeah, he's just the admin, basically.
Okay. Now, this hymn here is a wedding hymn. Well, it can be a wedding hymn. The tune is called Manham. Lead us, Heavenly Father, lead us over the world. Temptitious, guide us, keep us.
James Harmon, a shout out to all the powers at Thor. Where's Hall? Oh, at Thor, actually.
For we have help, but no blessing, every blessing, if our God our fathers be.
Can anyone tell us where Thor is? I've never heard of that place before.
Thor, no.
I thought you actually mentioned it a minute ago.
No, I didn't.
So,
Leaders
very
Heavy
good
Father,
evening to everybody tuned in.
the music's by Frederick Filtz, 1804 to 1876. Leaders Heavenly Father, if you want to choose that for your wedding, please do. It's a fabulous hymn. You can prove that as a wedding hymn as well. So it's only 3 verses. The tune is quite simple.
Very good evening to all and welcome to NAR, nice and relaxing. We do have a merchandise and of course Voluntary with us, and we soon to be able to have more stuff coming soon, so watch the space. If you do want to support the channel, the only way to do so at the moment until we hit to 1k, with your help we can do that actually, by just sharing our channel to other friends and neighbours and things like that actually go along with the YouTube latest technology. The reason why we commentate over the music here is for copyright issues. And thank you all for joining us this evening. Do check out the other videos and broadcasts that we do for touring with us. So we've got key rings for sale, and we did share the link earlier.
There you have it, Leaders Heavenly Father. Now, this one here is number 502 in this book. Thy arm, O Lord. We'll go to 502 here. Just barely three. It's thy arm, O Lord, in days of old. 3 verses of this. Saint Matthew is the tune. Thy arm, O Lord, in days of old, which strong hill and saved, they are triumphant over disease and death and darkness. And the grave to the thief they went, and blind and dumb the paradise, and in the lame of the outcast, which their gree advances, sick and flavoured flame. It's paradise. What that word says. It's 3 verses of this. William Croft is the composer of this music. You would normally have this at an evening probably service, or a funeral probably, but because of the words, it's a bit a little bit dicey. But just sing large of it for the tune sort of thing. I'm O Lord, O days of old.
So if you want to see what the track listing for the shows that we normally do, feel free to look at the description of our channel. broadcasting across the whole entire world. You are watching NAR with Nickalini Orange and performing on the electric organ of the Technics U50 is Juliano, as in Plum the Fruits.
Thine arm, O Lord, in days of old. The words are not really appropriate, but it's the tune is very nice. Now, I hope if you enjoyed the show so far before the last hymn. We got to have the last hymn for this occasion. I'm going to change the rules slightly on this one. Brightest the Best. It's come in the evening, but it is a morning hymn. But as I said, because we're in the evening, we're going to 71 in the hymn book. Brightest the Best. It says the sons of the morning, but we have the sons of the evening, or the drawn into the darkness. Because we're in darkness now. Lend us thy aid, star of the east. In the horrorizing, adorning guide, whatever infant redeemer is laid. There's 4 verses of that. Normally, there's a 5th verse which will repeat the first verse. The tune is called Epiphany. That's what we are in until the 6th Epiphany at the moment. There should be one next time for the last one. This one's music is by Joseph Thorup, 1827 to 1867. Brightest the Best, and then I would play the Voluntary at the end, which is by John Alcock, and the fugue as well. You will notice that when I announce that again. Brightest the Best, tune number 1. There is a tune 2, but I think tune 1 is the better one. Brightest the Best, tune number 1. That brings the close of the hymns. Now come to the last Voluntary. Someone's got a chair there.
I'm not going to whack you on here.
Right, this one is composed by John Alcock, 1715 to 1806. This one is a Voluntary in D and the fugue as well. So this would be a climax because it's in the same key as the Brightest the Best. Well, this one, the first part will be in finishing A major, and then the next part will be finishing D major. So, Voluntary in D by John Alcock. There you have it, John Alcock in D major and the fugue. That brings a close to today's music. The reason why a fugue is involved in this one, it comes under with the top notes and the underneath notes. That's what fills in the parts to do with that. That comes with a climax towards the end of the music there. So thank you much indeed. Hope you've enjoyed the music on this organ. I'm going to talk posh here on this organ triumphant cathedral virtual sounds, but it doesn't got a cathedral sound or as it's.
I thought your normal voice was posh, actually.
There we go then. Anyway, it's now back to the small Q&A tonight.
Well, if we have any, if we have any viewers, but of course we'll do a chat for those people watching on replay as well.
Okay.
So we'll have to imagine that we're doing a video instead.
Okay.
So we'll flick over the cameras over this way. Just follow me. Okay, we'll go wee around this way. So hello, a very, very good evening to you all. Let me just adjust this like normal so that we can sit down before we fall down, that kind of thing. So very good evening to everyone. It's still not quite adjustable yet. This is the thing about these stands here. There you go. We've got both of us hopefully on the same level here. Hello everybody. Very, very good evening to you all.
Come and join us.
Come and join us here. This is touring with us here. And of course we do have the key rings, by the way, which is something that we put on our links already. So if you want to get your copies of the key rings of Touring With Us logo, the latest one, which is the one that you see on the video channel, feel free to go over and press that buy now button. And of course, you know, every little helps as we're going through a difficult stage, as it is right now, you know, with what is, as we said during the show tonight, what is going on in the world right now. And we need to come together. It is a sort of time to do that right now. And we can only thank you a lot out there for watching. We had at least about 5 people earlier, but they've all disappeared. But of course, yeah, maybe they've gone to bed early.
To the show ends.
Well, of course, this is the show that hopefully never ends. That is the
do stay.
That is the motto that we usually use, and of course we are hoping to return to our Facebook version next week. Whether it's going to be a Thursday or not, I don't know yet. So it could be any time, even during the week, which would be quite nice to do as well. So it could be Wednesday or Thursday, depending on where we are. You know, because we've got a lot of catching up to do for the channel itself, doing other bits and pieces. There is a video to come up very shortly on the channel regarding, of course, the what's open, what's going to be closed, what's closed, and of course, yes, it's in a short little video that I produced earlier. So do check that one out. And of course, the other bit is the Sanford House is well worth checking out. We still need to hear from Beckles, which is a little bit delayed. Hopefully you'll see the hotel of that. Of course, we did the spoons review, mystery review of the spoons. The first episode, the answer was the Drabbit Smock. We hope to do episode number 2 of the mystery spoons review, and that'll be coming up soon on the channel. If you're watching on replay, then of course we do appreciate that, and of course we can answer your comments on the replay, so don't be shy, give it a try and comment down below if you can. And my thanks to, of course, Julian, as in Juliano Plum, the fruit, not of course anything else, formerly known as Julian Spoons. And of course I'm Nickalini Orange, which is just a stage name that we use. So we can only thank you so much for watching here. We really appreciate people coming to support the channel in a great way as well. And of course, when you do purchase one of our merch, it will be a great way to support the channel, and of course it will be a great way to do that. And of course, yes, we hope to be able to start with a bang, which we did tonight. We did create some sort of people watching tonight. We actually didn't expect that to happen, but of course
we normally do music until about an hour.
Very much appreciated of that.
If you stay if you stay on with the music until about an hour, or come.
Well, we haven't got anything on now, but I mean,
but I'm just saying, when the part end of part 2, if you want to go to the lavatory or go somewhere else for a couple of minutes and then come back on there for half an hour or something like that, you can do that.
We welcome anyone here. We haven't been up to our scratch today, but of course we have done our best. We try really incredibly hard, and we thank our audience for allowing that to happen. It's been absolutely incredible, or incredible is the right word for that, and we appreciate people watching from all angles across the world as well, possibly. We never know who's tuning in across the world. People do need to come forward to us from the other side of the world. So yeah, instead of watching the depressing stuff. But of course, we hope to cheer some people up with what we do here, which is really much appreciated of a lot of people out there. So yeah, do check out our merch, which of course is under the spotlight at the moment. So yeah, we do appreciate that. Somebody did ask us about having some merch. So of course the eBay site, of course, oh my goodness, it's asking me to update Samsung. I don't know why that is. I've already updated it a couple of times, but yeah, this is what the actual site will look like. Something very similar to this. The buy it now price, including postage, is £4.99. Of course, the postage is £1.45, but of course you can bid for it. Starting price of £2.99 plus postage of £1.45. So there you go. Of course, they have it. If that is of interest to you and you think we have deserved it, then feel free to get in touch with us and let us know that you have bought one, so that we can send one to you. Please allow, of course, 1 to 2 weeks up to that kind of sort of basis, 1 to 2 weeks of delivery due to the postal sort of situation that we have here in 2023. So it has been Friday the 10th of February 2023. I do hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, there's not many people on the chat tonight, so we can't really answer your questions, but of course, feel free at any time to come in and say hello to us, and we do appreciate that. And we try to give people a smile as well at the same time as what we do on other bits as well. We will try and update you as to what is going on with touring with us as well. And we have a We Love Weatherspoons site for anyone interested in going to there, and of course we might do a Weatherspoons update there and get some people coming on as guests on there. That would be something more interesting to do, something a little bit more different, and of course it'll be quite exciting as well at the same note. So yeah, if you're interested in that, go over to Facebook and give us a thumbs up on that, and of course join the group on that. And there is some questions before we go on to the group, unless we primarily add you to the group, which you won't have to answer the questions. There's just simple questions, very common sense questions about, of course, what kind of food you have at the spoons and things like that, and of course it's well worth joining the group just for that. And we'll post, of course, a variation of spoons information that we can find for you. So that would be great. We also have We Love East Anglia, which we just updated about the bomb exploding in Great Yarmouth, which is just a bomb they found in the river, which of course is great that it has gone off and everyone is safe as far as we are aware. And of course the Mercury site, I think it's the local newspaper, and of course they are telling us updates as we know. But of course, as far as we know, everyone's safe there and no one is injured, according to the constabulary of the Norfolk area. But yes, that's the latest as far as that is concerned. If we hear any other updates like travel news and things like that, do forward it to us so that we can give it a plug on the air. Thank you very much for all the thumbs up tonight, whoever's done it and been brave enough to do it. And we do appreciate that at any one given time. We do get excited about that, if you like, on that note. Yeah, I've got slightly a buzzing sort of whirling thing around my head at the moment, but of course trying to get through it as best as we can and able to. But yeah, like I say, do check out our other bits and pieces. Hopefully there'll be a live one day when, of course, you are fully recovered, Juliano, and Juliano that is, and perhaps a live or a video coming from a church that will allow you to play the organ, whether it's, of course, the one in the centre of the town or just nearby. So that would be wonderful for you, wouldn't it, Julian?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, and we'll broadcast it live for you for a special and a nice and relaxing special. Yeah, maybe you could use that as a recital name, nice and relaxing. That could be a good gimmick for you, Julian.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we're going to sort of close it now because we haven't got that many people watching in. If we had more people, we'd continue a bit longer. But of course, you know, our mods were in tonight. Some weren't and some were. It's a bit of both tonight, but we appreciate everyone watching, whoever they are, whether they're mods or no mods. But they are mods, but no mods. But yeah, they are there in the distance. But they'll be checking on replay anyway, even if they're not live. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. It has been Nickalini Orange and Juliano Plum, as in the fruit. So my many thanks to you, Juliano Plum. And thank you very much for joining us. And
Thank you.
I hope that you're able to do next week's version when I return from Norfolk on Sunday, where I will be doing probably a broadcast from Norfolk at some stage, where it will be inside a place or outside or both. Find out near the time, and of course we look forward to your presence there, you know, and of course come and say hello to us as well at the same time. So on behalf of Touring With Us and the team around that sort of basis, we will say stay safe and thank you very much indeed, and cheerio to you.
Until next time.
And until next time, take care of yourselves and have yourself a lovely rest of the weekend. And we will say good night before we get cut off like TV News do from time to time, especially on the Dan Wootton Show. So, yeah, from all of us here, have a lovely, safe weekend. And we'll say this very word, or words together. Good night.